You know, there's this renaissance happening in downtown Brownsville. If you were here 10 years ago, a lot of the buildings, this one included, they didn't exist. And a lot of that is due to the programming that we have at BCIC, but even more so because of the entrepreneurs that are following their dreams. One such entrepreneur is Studio CM. They curate handmade, sustainable goods sourced from Latin America, seamlessly blending design and functionality. Studio CM.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carla McGregor, and I'm the founder of Studio CM. Our curated collection is more than just a brand. It's a collection of really beautiful Mexican products that are handmade. But our business goes beyond just pretty objects. We've built a sustainable and scalable operation with a supply chain that is international. A little about our background. I grew up going to Jalisco and Guanajuato often to visit family, and I fell in love with the rich traditional goods sold and made in Mexico. My professional background includes business development, design, and e-commerce experience with Realtor.com and The Knot. In 2016, I earned an MBA from Baylor. Coupled with the experience of my family's import-export business, Studio CM was born. There's a few problems with retail these days. Corporate giants have huge marketing dollars that they can throw, and it really changes our perception of what quality is. In addition to suppliers having to rush to make high volumes of product in short time frames without the pay. The environmental impact of this is huge, considering that there's a lot of wasteful packaging and harmful materials introduced to our earth because of it. In having a chance to interview some Brownsville locals, they did express a desire to see more contemporary and modern options in our market. The primary factor that is hindering growth in the consumer goods industry is innovation. So our solution is the display box that leverages marketing and technology solutions. This will help tremendously with cutting down costs of traditional retail models, long leases, and ineffective marketing that doesn't often meet the demand of foot traffic. We will certainly continue to have environmental awareness in our practices, and we have the sales advantage of an already existing supply chain channel. This is a beautiful, styled way for people to engage with our products that get them right back to our website. These are our products. They're the best sellers. Many of these can be special ordered and customized to fit your needs. Our average sale is $135 per purchase, and 43% of that comes from repeat customers. The home furnishing industry is massive. However, last year, the US decreased imports specifically from China, Malaysia, and Vietnam by 23%, which leaves a huge market opening for us. In addition to that, we estimate that the home goods sector will grow 3.4% by 2029, and that $39.9 billion is the growth of all of these 5 states that generate the most revenue through this industry. If we can capture just 0.5% of that, we are sure to have success. This illustrates our competitive landscape and what we are doing to address our competitors. We do want to continue investing in e-commerce to provide a concierge-style digital service. This is our business model. For the past year, we have grown our operations and generated revenue and tax dollars in Brownsville. Our pipeline starts in Mexico, where we source and purchase products. We ship through Mexico and import into the US, where we do quality assurance to make sure it aligns with our brand standards, and then distribute through our channel distribution of online and in-person sales. Our customer base is certainly privy to want to shop in person and online. Recognizing these facts, we will continue to have sample sales and pop-ups, which have been hugely successful and create a sense of urgency. Our financial model is the following. We expect to be profitable by this year thanks to our sales growth estimating 85% by year 2. You'll see our expenses go up as our revenue does, and that is primarily due to our purchasing more products that are larger and in bigger volumes. Our gross margins can be up to 400% depending on the origin and material of our products. This year, we implemented Etsy, which is a digital marketplace that very much aligns with our collection, and we have become a top seller very quickly. Today, this is our team, yours truly, the founder, supported by Bravo Logistics, our service vendor, our artisans that make our beautiful collection that allow me the honor of presenting them to the world, and our educational network that continues to support us, Baylor University and Startup Texas. Here's some next steps. In addition to continuing to grow jobs and maintain our operation here long term, we will use the seed funding towards strategic marketing to grow our e-commerce presence and launch our display boxes. Today, we have a plan for the next 6 months to scout Austin, Texas, Boca Raton, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, and beyond. But for this next 6 months, that is our goal. In addition, we are going to be going after B2B clients because that can really increase volume and exposure. This concludes our presentation, and we do invite you to 9th and Levy, where you can see our first display box, in addition to our products by appointment. May I answer any questions?
I'll go in first since I didn't get to go on the previous one. What is your name again?
Carla McGregor.
Carla, great presentation, Carla. I enjoyed hearing your story.
Thank you.
I can definitely relate. I'm originally from Colombia, and so is my girlfriend. And she's got a business where she imports handcrafted items from Colombia, selling them here in the States. And so it hits home when you are speaking about this subject. Some of the questions that I had for you, and by the way, great background. I love that you are implementing your experience from your education in Baylor as well as your e-commerce experience with Realtor.com and the alike. So I think that's definitely going to come in handy as you look at growing your business. Help me understand, how do you go about it seems like the innovative approach that you are taking in this whole thing, which caught my attention, was the display box. Can you tell me how, if you were to win this competition, how is that going to get you closer to achieving that on the pie chart that you provided? Unless I missed it, I didn't see it, but if you can help us understand that a little better, I think we can formulate a better idea on this.
Sure. I've had the opportunity to experiment with a retail store, the traditional store, and I just didn't necessarily see that growing as much as the effectiveness and curiosity that a display box would spark. Even the example that I had is a lot prettier than walking by a store that you have no idea what it is. That doesn't spark curiosity. So by having the budget of being able to ask businesses, can we just borrow your display window versus renting an entire space, we minimize that cost and we can actually enter markets and test faster if they're responsive to our products or not, instead of investing in a whole store. I hope that answers your question.
It does, but I'm a little confused now. So is it an actual display box, or you're asking the retailer to allow you to have a space within their...
So we're going to scout towns to see what our best approach is, whether there's a space that nobody's using, whether it's cheaper to go through R&D and produce our own. So the asset is either rented or produced, and that's something that this seed funding will really help us explore this year.
Great presentation, Carla. I have a question on finding the artisans. How are you honoring them here in your store or in the products that when you come and you sell in these display areas?
Sure. Thank you for asking. I'm really passionate about that. I don't really believe in haggling. We certainly believe in paying the price of what they're worth. For example, the Sabotec rugs have some of the highest margins, And it takes people 3 to 6 months to produce a 3x6. So in just educating people and not necessarily bringing down our prices to honor their work is a way that I can be proactive and honor the experience and time it takes, because sometimes it's like 10 generations that it took to learn that skill.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful presentation. I loved every minute of it.
Thank you.
Question: how do your prices compare to the competition?
That's a great question. From feedback and just online sales that I've seen, it is very comparable and affordable. A lot of the products that I have are the same quality as like a crate and barrel, but lower margins of prices.
Great presentation, Carla. I actually came across to a concept like that in Berna, in Switzerland. And
Cool.
what they do is they put these, boxes in front of the retail stores. But when you like something, you walk into the store and say, hey, I want to learn more about this item. They have the prices on them. So you might want to check that out as an advice. I guess my question is, how can you scale this pretty quickly, right? And how can you keep up with demand, given that it looks like your items are more unique and they are more in the, what I call in the right side of the highway, which are more high margin, unique, handcrafted. So maybe speak to us a little bit about how you intend to scale really quickly if this takes off.
I may have mentioned that huge number, the 39.9 million being the top 5 states. We're already selling online to them. So I have repeat customers in the right states and the right markets. Online marketing is very expensive, which is something a company that is less than a year old doesn't have. So that seed funding going towards the e-commerce boost, ad spending, is going to be incredibly helpful. This past year, we did allocate funds to Google Ads and SEO, and it was so helpful.
But you have the capacity to go back and forth and deliver the product on time to your customers that are here.
Oh, well, Bravo Logistics has a warehouse ready to scale operations that is already doing international business. So I lean on their expertise as my vendors, and there's sufficient space to even grow employment within Bravo Logistics.
Great answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Beautiful. You did fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Carla.